Also, even the fire escapes are more decorative on these Italianate buildings. You're going to see original brownstone. Brownstone is porous, so you'll see some of it's been chipping where people haven't maintained it properly. People always ask me, what are the prices around here? The first bright red brick building on the left, single family home, has a garden out the back, 3 stories. Okay, it was listed for $13.5 million, but it hasn't moved in 3 months. So if you make them a decent offer, you might be able to have your own townhome here in the village.
See, that's it. You have a little Islanders. They live here. They just disguise themselves as hipsters when they're not at work.
That's what I was, yeah, that's what, is that what you were saying? Eso es lo que yo quería decirte cuando te estaba preguntando, ¿quién tú crees que vive aquí? ¿Qué tipo de persona y qué tipo de carrera? ¿Cómo se dice high banker en español? Financiero de I don't know how to say this. I bet it's more expensive here than the Upper East Side. But it's probably comparable. Oh my gosh. I feel like we're stepped back in time. I wonder what those things on the wall are that are popping out.
I love they're all different, like every building.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, that's sick. Like, you don't even feel like you're in New York anymore. You feel like you're...
Look at this little place. Oh, I want to eat here with you. Even though I don't know what it is.
This is the last wooden house in Greenwich Village. Yeah, we had a massive fire in 1835 in Lower Manhattan, burned 460 some buildings. So they changed the building codes. You can no longer build with wood. You have to use brick, marble, granite, stucco, Manhattan schist, the subterranean rock of Manhattan Island. So this is the last fully wooden house. For a year and a half, it was under reconstruction. All they did was take the wood siding off. They put Tyvek, a house wrap, underneath to provide a little insulation from the wind. And then they put the same wood right back up over the top of it. They had to. We're on streets with brown street signs. That means you're in an historic district. You cannot make changes to the facades of buildings without getting permission from the Landmark Preservation Commission. Some people absolutely love it. Some people rue the day that they bought in an area that now became an historic district. The Landmark Preservation Commission was only started in 1965. They knocked down the old Penn Station, beautiful building. They put Penn Station below ground with Madison Square Garden above it. Made some people very angry, including Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. She organizes people to stop them from knocking down our beautiful old buildings, and they do organize the Landmark Preservation Commission. They used to say that when you came into the old Penn Station, you came out of your train and walked into a little piece of heaven. Now you come out of your train and you walk into hell. It's below ground, it's ugly, it's full of shops. And yeah, it's just, nobody likes it. We're going to walk across the street into the shade. Yeah. Yes, and we're going to stop there and we'll talk now. Not open yet.
Oh, well, that's damn. Why are we going?
Well, because...
You guys heard of children? Actually, a lot of
Oh! Go ahead. Tell us some tales.
fascinating. Look at this.
Now the
There's 2 parts.
wooden house behind, that was the workshop of the gentleman who originally built this house. He was a sash maker. Sash makers made your windows, the sashes and frames, and the shutters. So that was his workshop. They tell me during the Civil War it was a house of ill repute. I don't know, I'm not that old, but that's what the oral tradition is. The stucco building behind, you can't see very well through the leaves. Very pointed, 2 pointed tops. It's called Twin Peaks. It was an apartment building that was rebuilt as subsidized housing for writers, artists, and musicians in the 1920s. They had very tiny apartments, but the thing was they didn't have to worry about paying rents. They could concentrate on working on their craft. So the apartments are 340 square feet, 34 square meters. The kitchens are actually in a closet. One was for sublet this summer for $2,200 a month for 34 square meters, 340 square feet. Now, they say that Walt Disney lived in this building for a while, so you might be getting a little bit of history. Frank Black, the musician, bought the top 2 floors a year ago, May. He bought them for $1.5 million. Then he had to pay money to make them into one apartment. Anybody recognize the building across the street? Once upon a time in Greenwich Village. They many friends. This is the Monica and Rachel's apartment building and the Friends television show. Now, those of you who watched it, remember how large that apartment was? Their living room was 34 square feet, right? How could a cook, when the show started, Monica was a cook, Rachel sold coffee in Central Park, right? How could they afford it? Does anybody remember how they explained it?
Somebody's grandmother.
Right, Monica's grandmother's apartment, but she died. So she just took over, she sublet, and it was a rent-controlled apartment. We have rent control laws here in New York, so that they cannot just raise your rents, helter-skelter, and then price you right out of your apartments. I had a friend on this tour in March.